What up, guys? How's it going? This isn't even my snud, it's my daughter's snud, and the temperature's dropped by about 10 degrees, and I'm going to get it off in a minute. And I've actually got her slippers on as well. Like, look, they're puppet ones, but they fit me. But I'm going to put them in the wash in a minute and give them back to her. Yeah, dangerous having snuds in the house. My bloody mother-in-law bought me like a pink snud, like it's bright pink. And I always put it on, but it's soft, but I do look like a big Mr. Blobby in it. And once I got this cheap, like it was like £3 from Marks and Spencer's pink camouflage onesie, age 15. And I seen it by the door and I was like, I'm going to have to get it. And then I chucked that on as well. So it's bad, really, because it brings down the way I feel about myself quite a bit. But hey ho, it's cool. I like wearing fluffy things. I like wearing things that are loose. You know, imagine back in the day when you used to have capes on, you know, like, yeah, I've had to throw dressing gowns away over the years because if I got dressing gowns in the house, that's me. That's me. I'm wrapped up. Like, it's just awful. But yeah, I suppose these snuds are worse. But yeah, I'm going to do a video about procrastinating and pressure of deadlines and why constant loops of when there's pressure, does my mind try and find easy ways out? And now, to be honest with you, sometimes it's because my mind's quite clever, but also when I start trying to put in pressure, I get a resistance. Just like, for example, like if there's no pressure, I will clean up for myself. I'll do this, I'll do that. But if someone's coming over, I might just really slow down and start doing it all at 10 o'clock at night. And no matter what I do, I cannot stop myself from just procrastinating, thinking, resting. If I try and start cleaning up, I'll start touching all the objects and just playing. And also you can get anxious as you just watch the time drift away and you're just like, and you're like, you're a failure. And it's like the other voice is going, no, I'm not. I'm just trying to take a rest because the pressure gets a lot to me. For example, my pressure at the moment is like, I've got to pack. No, actually, when I say it, it's a lot of pressure, right? Now I'm saying it out loud. I'm being kinder to myself rather than just like, Danny, don't be so lazy today or whatever it is I'm doing. Just self-soothing, licking wounds and, well, just not moving fast enough, basically. I've got to get ready for a holiday and we've got to pack for all weathers, 4 children, basically a man as well, because he's not going to pack for himself too well. And I got packed for myself as well. Now, this is why I'm like stressed about not doing it too early. I'm going in not tomorrow, next day. So it's just, I've already telling myself I've got loads of time. You've got loads of time. You don't need to run around and do it now. And I just won't get myself prepared. I am in very small ways, but just not getting the job done. Like basically, if I've got 2 hours until people are home today. And if I haven't done what they're expecting me to do, they're going to look at me and go, why haven't you done this? And I'll be like, I was just self-soothing and don't really know. I just get stuck in the moment with my mind. And every time I get a deadline, I'm always like, that's all right. You can rush around at the end. But I know the answers because I'm about to spend a week with my whole family and like and my mum and my partner. And, you know, we can bicker. My youngest whines quite a lot still. It's not always exactly easy. You know, it's got easier over the years, not having such young children, because that really is work, as well as enjoyable. But I suppose I just innerly know that for me to be the best I can on holiday, I just have to take this moment of peace and just sort a few things. It's like whenever I start saying, right, this is really, really, really important, my subconscious says, no, this is really important. No, you need to do this. You need to rest. Or this is a problem. That's a problem. And it's just like almost for me, every time there's a deadline, it's always an opportunity for me to see what's most important. I do sort of see things as numbers and time scales and graphs and that. And I just think, you'll get the stuff done later, less rest later. But at the moment, you can just have some quiet time, self-soothing, So I'm not even really exercising today. The washing's flowing. I've got loads of cleaning up to do. Loads from the bank holiday weekend. But my mind's saying if I do it tomorrow before you go away. And then, so okay, I'm learning through this right now, is that instead of beating yourself up when the most sensible voice comes in and tells you to work things a certain way, actually bloody listen to it. And the less you listen to it, the more anxiety and heart palpitations you get. And sometimes I'm even wondering if I'm dead recently, because I don't get the heart palpitations. It's just the thought patterns, and then no heart palpitation, no real emotion attached to it. And I am, every time I'm saying, you're not, it's okay, I'm just answering with, it's all right. Hardly really answering it, rather than bouncing it around and really self-beating myself up. And just like, why do I get less anxiety? One, more because also, if you're in a stage where you are hormonally young, breastfeeding, out of balance in any shape or form, like, you know, like any parenting with young children, and that you must give yourself, you must listen. I think the palpitations is when you're really not listening to yourself, and it actually physically stops you. And sometimes you can be in a position where the thoughts come in, but then you're actually listening to the right choices to make for that day on what's going to suit you energy-wise. And you end up trusting yourself. Because another thing as well, like, say you're a bit slow and you haven't tidied up. What is actually going to happen if anyone comes and finds you and just say, sorry, I was a bit slow today? You know, just what that person might think, oh, they're a bit, you know, whatever. But realise that some people aren't as good at jumping on the matrix of the day and like, and also a lot of people do things for their ego because they're always scared to see their real selves. Where I used to seem to, every time there's a deadline, I try and see my real self, and I'm like, you've got to sort this out more. I'll go to myself, right, we've got to sort this out. And then it go, but this is more important. You've got time to rest. You can just sort of just sit in your own soothing skill. I'm like, Danny, there's things to do. And I'm like, well, you've got time. And it's just, if I'm happy with that decision, that's what's most important. Not whether if my sister-in-law knocks at the door and I'm not exactly ready to see her, you know. I have got better over the years. Sometimes I wouldn't even brush my hair, or to be honest with you, in my younger 20s, not even brush my teeth until I absolutely had to for the day. And it's things like that, right? You got to cement the self-care in. Get yourself washed. Get yourself, you know, I used to complain that my skin is still very spotty and greasy, but it will make me mean that I won't get as many wrinkles as I get older. But I used to complain that my skin was built up and like awful, but I wasn't like maybe even washing my face like night and day at different points of like where I've been really slow, and that is okay. But you've got to tick the boxes to keep everything ticking. Otherwise, it will become noticeably too on top of you. Obviously, you know, if you don't brush your teeth enough, it's going to build up, and it's not a good look these days. It is much better than the people in the 90s when we had terrible teeth. So just put in that time, the things that are actually important, okay, guys? Like cleaning yourself, making sure there's an area to make some food on. But some days, you know, there is more. You've noticed the most important message of that day is that actually what's most important is noticing my inner work. And for a lot of us, every time we're given a deadline, it's like an excuse for the subconscious to actually give us a list of what is actually important. And then you can fight that list, or you can listen to it, or you could suck yourself down and give up because it's too much emotion and you don't even know what to do. And that's the wrong decision, okay? There's such a fine line, like I said, between, like, you know, my washing's ticking today. There's the bags are out. Everything is basically clean. But I could have just been faster today. I could have been more productive. It would have stroked my ego. It would have put me rewards in with the family. But know that you know what is more sensible for yourself deep down, and listen to them. And if you've got heart palpitations, it's because you are not doing what you're not listening to yourself. Not enough, okay? So I am going to get on now. I'm going to make sure I get me a little bit of half an hour yoga in before the kids come back, because that would be really taking the mick if my partner comes back from work and there's like clothes everywhere and I'm like, just got to stretch. So if I know that's important to me today, I'm going to get that done. I'm going to run around laughing with myself about a bit of mess, and I'm going to sweep it up, whip it up, you know, and it's going to all be all right. And even if when I come back from holiday, the house isn't perfect, that's going to be all right too. Oh, don't watch too many programmes sometimes. It'll put you off cleaning forever. Once I watched a programme about a child, a baby, is better off living with cockroaches. This is extreme cases, obviously, like living with cockroaches than a complete bleached environment. Okay, and that made me terrible at cleaning up sometimes when I had toddlers, because I was like, just wanted to sit around with them and soak them in and kiss them and just sort of sit with them. And I was tired a lot, and I did keep things clean, but it was a big thing for me, knowing about keeping the animal hair around, keeping the dust, keep a little bit of dust, and that it builds their immune system up. It's building your immune system up. So sometimes the reason you're maybe not cleaning all of those dusty corners is actually because they're keeping you healthy deep down, you know, on the subconscious level. So listen to your subconscious messages. Are you doing too much? Are you not listening to yourself, infesting diseases into yourself? And are you getting that balance in the middle of everything rather than too high, too low, you know? Just really try and sit in the middle and do what you need to do. Ask yourself, what is it I need to do now to get myself in the middle? That could be a variety of choices. And for that, my friends, it's up to you, whether, you know, whether it's playing a game, whether it's a self-massage, whether it's music, whether it's a bath. Sometimes my mind has been so rested and slow that all I've managed to do, like, was brush my teeth, wash my face, have a bath, get my exercise done, and eat, and that is enough sometimes, okay? As long as you are not hurting anybody. You know, the more you do for your kids, they will create more mess. It's proven in my house. But also just don't let things, you know, but just listen to the subconscious. That's what's going to pay you best, okay? So I'm going to, and I hate decisions as well. If you're like me, you get 1,000 decisions all at once. And it's just trying to break them down and actually seeing it as a game that you have to defeat, and you don't want it to get on top of you, you know? So just keep ticking and ticking and being mindful of, but I do need to get on now, don't I? If I've only got a few hours, well, no, I don't, well, see, that's where I am at today, again, but I bet you I'll be in a much better mood on holiday than if I was my blood pressure was up there and could pass out or something, you know? So it's just, you know, yeah. So much love, guys. And I don't know if anyone else gets this problem as well, but also I know that I tend to try and pack everything at once, okay? I try and pack everything. So it's just about trying to be calm, be kind to yourself, know exactly how you are. So I try and do it a bit later on so I don't bring the whole house. And that's another thing that everyone always looks at me like, oh, why have you bring the whole house? And I'll go, well, why have you left it all to me? I'll always moan, like, because my partner, I don't know how he even gets away with it. He's the main earner in the house, and he just doesn't pack a single thing, like, you know. But yeah, he did make a roast yesterday, and he did wash the kids' hair in the evening, and that's what, you know, I could complain, and I also get into a battle as well about whose job it is. So, you know, but yeah, just keep ticking, guys. Keep being there for people, but most importantly, be there for yourself, right, guys? I'm going to name her today. I'm going to name her from me and Jemima. It's me and Jemima. Love from me. And namaste.